These are basics in PowerPoint 2013. I have a file open here. First thing here, you have all these tabs across here, going over a few basics here. I'm going to click on the Design tab. And what we have in here on the screen is a wide angle one. You've got two proportions here. If I go into slide size, we have widescreen, we have standard. If I want to change it, you can make a custom slide size. If I go to standard, it makes it smaller. I would say ensure fit. So you got something smaller. If I don't like what I did, I can always undo and bring it back. When you're working in PowerPoint here, right now I have a few slides typed out. You can put in a theme. And if I'm on the Design tab, I click on this one here, you have that. And then you also have variants, where you can go and change things here. Sometimes it shows more things here. I'm just going to click here. You got the wood. And if you want to change it, it does it through everything. Or if I go into anything here, let me just work with what I have on this screen. And you have a subtitle here. You could put in author name or company name. If you want to change everything to all caps, you could highlight everything. And then you're on the Home tab. And then I could just click right on this little thing here. Great thing, in case you ever hold the caps lock down, I could just say make it all uppercase. And then it's all that way. Next thing I want to talk about, there's different ways of viewing. In the older versions, you had two tabs over here where you could look at the outline view as well as the slide view. And if I have something here, I could just move something up. Okay? Next thing, in the lower right-hand corner, you have other types of views. You've got the slide sorter, and you could just go and move this over to here, this down to here, rearrange things. You can grab more than one by holding down the control key, and you see the borders there. And let's say I want them all after this here at the very end. I just want to get things back. I'm going to use the undo. Control Z does that, or the curly arrow. If I want to work on the slide, double click inside one, you're in the normal view. You also have the reading view, which I very seldom use, and it just reads. It's not a presentation. And you can click to change slides here. You want to get out of it, hit the escape key. You want to go to the slideshow. You click on that little screen down there, and it will go there. Hit the escape to go back. And you can do animations and a few other things. What I want to talk about now is the other views. We click on view. I'm going to show you the master in a couple of minutes, okay? You've got the outline view. This is where everything is typed in here. And if I'm in here and I hit the enter key, and I would just talk about, I could say master. I could go in here, hit the tab key. And it gives you the spell check in here too. And if I want to get back to the other thing here, Shift Tab. You also, on the Home tab, can do the decrease indent. Next thing here, I could talk about Handout Master. And so I have that in here. And what it is, and if I go down to here, I hit the enter key, and then let's say I want to type in summary. If I do this and I click before summary in here, I hold down the shift and the tab key together, it goes back. I hit the shift tab now, it goes to a new slide. And if I want to go into a different type of layout, you go on the Home tab, layout, and that's title and content, title only, blank, content with caption here. And some of them will allow you to put in images, other things. It depends on the template being used. So if I want to put content in here, and then I can put my little bullet points in here, or I could add an image. Let's say I want to put a picture in here. You go into Insert. You can go into Online Pictures. You can go into Pictures, okay? I'm going to go into Online Pictures, and then it's going to load it in. It can take a little bit of time. If you have OneDrive on your computer, it will go into your account. And then I'm going to go into Image Search, and then I could type in Computer. It's going to show a bunch of things here. And then if I get all the web results, I click here. It's going to give me a bunch of things, and if I just click on one, I could just double click on it. It's going to download it, put it in here. I can make it smaller. And let's say they want this precisely a certain size, and where it has the width there. I'm on the Format tab under Picture Tools, and let's say we want it 4 1/4. Literally type in 4.25. Enter, and you don't have to worry about wrapping text in this program. And if you want to put in borders and stuff, picture border, you could go into this thing here, change the color. A lot of things you can do. You can rotate it. If you want to do an animation, I will show that very briefly here. You go on Animations. It shows a whole bunch of styles here. You could say bounce. If I click on that, it goes into there. It shows a little number in here. It won't show up on the slide page. When you present, like if I go to present this page, it's going to bounce right in here. And then I go to the next page here. Go back into that slide. And what it is here, I'm going to go into this slide here. The other thing too, it shrinks the text down as you go along. And you might want something a little bit bigger here. What you can do here, I could highlight this text here, cut it. See how the font gets bigger. I create a new slide. I could click over here, New Slide, or Control M, Mary. There we go. And then I could just say the basics here. And then I could paste down in the box here. Everything is there. So it's much easier for the viewers to see if you're projecting. Next thing here. I'm going to talk about the master for a couple of seconds here. What the master does, it affects everything globally throughout. So if you want a different site, a bullet, in here, you could change it. It'll go through all 600 slides. What I will do at this point, I'm going to click on the View tab, and then I am going to click on the Slide Master. And when you're doing this, always go to the top slide. If you go into something down below, it's not going to go and do it on the other ones. Let's say I just want to change the bullet for the top line there. I click in here. You don't edit text in here. I right click inside here, and then I go into bullets, and I could click inside anything here. I'll use this. So I've done that. If I go into the slideshow, I close out of this. You look here. See how every slide here, if I go sit the page down a bit, they're all changed, okay? Next thing we want to do. You want to put the page number on every slide. So it's like a header and footer, much easier than in Word. You just click on the Insert tab, header and footer, and let's say I want the slide number, and let's say I want the company name to show up on every slide, Acme Corporation. I don't want it typically on the title slide, so I check that off. And what I do now, I say Apply to All. So when I go into here, on the first slide here, there's no number here. You look in the lower right-hand corner, it says the number 2. It says Acme Corporation down there. If you're doing a presentation, you might want to have some notes there to read this, and I could just say, Thank Mr. Smith. And when I go into here, project it, it doesn't show. Last thing we're going to do, I want to talk about output printouts. If I go into Control P to print, there's different things you could see. Let me just close this thing out. Doesn't want to go away. Okay. Let me hit the escape key. I'm going to do a Control P again. We're fine now. And what it is here, if I click over here, it doesn't matter what I have. You can convert it into a PDF. But you have this thing here, print all slides. You can print just that current slide, whatever. You have this thing here where you can look at different things here. Notes pages. This shows the notes there. You don't read your notes when you're presenting. If I go over to the right, you got that there. So I click over here, notes pages. I can go into the outline view. This shows the outline. It's not going to show the pictures. If I click inside here again, you can go into 6 slides horizontal. It puts them all there. It saves paper. You can go into here. You can make it grayscale. Save your ink. Next thing I'm going to do, if I click inside here, this is what the favorite is for people that are providing handouts. You've got this one here called 3 slides. What it does, it gives you the slides with little notes. So if people want to jot down things as notations for their future things or to remember what they're doing, that is it. I want to get out of this view. I can click on the X there. Easier thing, press the escape key. This is the core introduction to PowerPoint 2013.